Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, you have by this time already seen my initial review of the Bugs 16 drone. I have to tell you, I was disappointed in the range that I got out of the drone. In other words, I wasn't terribly far away and I lost FPV signal. And it was very difficult to control the drone via that FPV view because it was blocky, it would lock up, you would lose it altogether, etc. Now, that was in an urban environment. I was out at Heroes Park in Meridian and, you know, there's Wi-Fi interference, etc. So I thought I'd bring this drone out someplace where I know there's no Wi-Fi interference. So I'm out at Lucky Peak Reservoir at the viewpoint. And conditions today, we got a little bit of wind. UAV forecast says 11 mile an hour sustained with 21 mile an hour gusts. I'm telling you, it's not that. There's a breeze, but it's not nearly that windy out here right now. In any case, let's take this guy up and let's fly it around. We're going to go out over the reservoir with it and see, you know, just see how it does with regard to that FPV connection and see if it does better in an environment where there isn't a lot of Wi-Fi interference. And you can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera, but the drone, when we were out at the park, we ran into, there was a lot of bees swarming around it, so there's a fair amount of insect stuff on the drone, but we'll get that cleaned up another time. In any case, that has nothing to do with anything, right? Let's just get this bird in the air. Okay, the way this MJX drone works is they want you to turn on the controller first and then the drone, and we should see it connect because we've connected before. So let me do that real quick. And we immediately got a beep from the controller showing that it is connected, and I can see, because I've got telemetry on the controller, I can see that we are connected with the RC. Now, if past experience will show me that it should put itself into calibration mode, and there I heard the beep, it just did. So we're going to do that compass calibration, and this guy is 3 turns counterclockwise flat and then vertical 3 turns counterclockwise. And you can see the lights blinking on it. So there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then those lights have turned color, so we're going to turn it up, and we're going to go, and I went clockwise, I just realized there. We're going to go counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, and we should see a solid light, and we do. We see solid lights, solid red on the front and solid green on the back. Okay, now that we're all calibrated up, let's get the app fired up. So I am going to get my phone, start a screen recording here real quick so you guys can see what's going on. And then we will fire up the app. This is the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, so we're liable to see some traffic up here today. And the app is the MRC Pro, so we're going to click on that and we get that start screen. And we're gonna, we've seen this before, so we're gonna click through that. And we do have FPV. Looks like it's a little bit crooked and it's in high-speed mode, but it's good to see that we have FPV. Take a look at the menu and take a look at all of our specifications here. So yeah, max flight distance. So evidently it resets that every time. So you're gonna wanna change that. We're gonna move that flight distance on up, max flight altitude up to 120 meters in distance. We're going to pull that all the way out to maximum too. So according to this, the max distance is 200 meters. So and return to home altitude is set at 39 meters. That's, well, let's nah, we're going to be fine. I'm going to leave that. Okay, that's at 42. And you know, just for the fun of it, let's click on gyro calibration here. And it's blinking on my telemetry on the controller. And as soon as it stops blinking, yeah, and it did, so it's calibrated. So that's another way that you can do that gyro calibration. That's interesting to know. Had never tried that. As you can see, everything is in Chinese on the gimbal menu, so not much we're going to see there. And then flight records. So and update. Yeah, let's update. So my understanding is, what that does is then, yeah, it saves your geofence and updates the drone. And now I'm looking at the FPV and it looks like the gimbal kind of straightened out a little bit. It was a little crooked when we first started. So we've got 16 satellites, no reason not to take off. So yeah, let's go ahead and take off. And the way you do that on this guy is you press the unlock button on the controller here, and that starts the motors. Then we're going to hit takeoff. I'm going to do that on the app, and we slide to take off. You could also manually take off if you wanted to, but there's the drone, and it's looking pretty good. It's, you know, we've got a little bit of a breeze, and it's kind of hovering around there a little bit. Let's pick it up. Let's turn it around so you can get a look at it. And it's moving around a fair amount. And it does have optical flow. I am not touching the sticks, so all that movement you see is the drone on its own moving around. So yeah, I mean, let's quit messing around, and I'm going to drop the gimbal down, if I can remember which way is down. Yeah, I got that right. And I remember this gimbal wheel being pretty sensitive. So let's go out over the lake. And of course, a gust of wind just came up, but we should be okay. Look at it move around. I'm not touching the sticks. And like I said, we just had a little gust of wind there. But let's go up and back. Boy, it's hard to get a straight, I am doing my best to get a straight droney, and it is tough. Very sensitive yaw. But you know, we've got, what I'm pleased to say, that's as far as we're going to go there. Well, we're out about 40 meters, and you know, the drone is doing just fine. You can see it drifting in there a little bit. Let me see if I can pick up that gimbal. And we got a car pulling in up. Let me get out of the way. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I had a car pull in next to me there. I don't know what the heck was going on, but in any case, I literally thought that car was going to run over my camera. They literally pulled, the bumper was within a couple feet of my tripod. So sorry about that interruption. You know, you're in a public place like this, and you just never know what's going to happen. But anyway, this says we're not connected, I see. So yeah, interesting. Let me see if I can bring the drone back to me. So we're only out there 44 meters, and I don't know, yeah, the drone's coming back. I see the drone, but we've lost FPV connection completely. And let me tell you, there's no reason for that here. There's no Wi-Fi interference. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Like I said, I've got eyes on the drone, fortunately, so I can see what the drone's doing, and you guys are going to see that I'm descending right now. But sure makes it hard to get any decent video because you cannot see where your camera's pointed. So I'm going to bring the drone back to us and see if we can regain that control. There we go. We got it back. You know, I don't know what to say about that. That's a problem. And you know, MJX, I really wanted to like this drone. But you know, as a camera drone, if you can't get decent FPV, it quite frankly, it just doesn't work because you can't see where your camera's pointed. So let me see if we can, let's fly around here some more. I pointed back out towards another part of the, and we'll gain some altitude. And let's see how far out this way we can go. And I am pointed with the RC, I am pointed right at the drone. Boy, that yaw. And there again, there's a ton of lag in this control. So it's really hard to get, you're just kind of having to guess to get those yaw, the right yaw movements that you want. But let's move down here, and I'm going to grab some more altitude. And boy, then the drone is, yeah, it's yawing over, and I did not touch the yaw stick there. Wow, and look at that. So I gave it a little bit of input, and then seconds later, there's so much lag. This is exactly what I saw in the park. And I was hoping that some of that was because I was in an environment where I had some Wi-Fi interference, but that's clearly not the case. So, and just for reference, I'm using an iPhone 11 Pro Max, so it's a plenty powerful controller. We shouldn't be having these kind of problems. So the drone is coming back to us. I can see it up there. It's returning to us. So return to home worked, but as you can see on the screen, I've got no FPV at all. So you can see the drone staring right at us there, and we've got absolutely no FPV, no telemetry on the FPV screen. We do have it on the controller. The drone is sinking now. I almost thought it was going into an auto land there. It was getting so low. So I'm gonna land the drone. And I'm holding the stick all the way down there. It finally, motor's finally quit. Okay, let's try one more time going back out over the lake and see if we have better luck this time. So I'm doing a manual takeoff, and there again you see the drone moving around a little bit. Let's see if we can do a little better droney this time. Okay, reverse and up. Yeah, we did a little better job this time. 16 satellites, so we're doing pretty good. We're out there about 200 meters, 300 meters, so we're doing pretty good range-wise here this time, and we seem to have a good connection. And I've got the drone pointed towards me, and we're at about 60 meters high. And boy, I'll tell you what, it is so sensitive on that yaw, and there is lag on this controller. I'm not gonna lie about that. Yeah, and okay, so as soon as I turn, we're starting to get spotty, losing connection again. So you know, well, maybe we can go out here a little ways. Yeah, and I mean, I'm getting so blocky on Wi-Fi. I'm just not gonna risk that. So let me see if I can turn it back towards us. Yeah, okay, I see that. But you can see the way it's really blocky on Wi-Fi there. And of course, there I overshot. I was trying to point it directly back towards us. And yeah, so I mean, you're just kind of guessing on the stick inputs. There's so much lag in this controller. Okay, let's move right over the top of us here, and we'll see if we can get some decent footage there. And yeah, I guess I can see on FPV it's coming back towards us. I'm dropping some altitude here as we go. And I don't want to go over the top of any of these cars, so I'm trying to stay right in the middle here. And I see the drone up there above us. And you know, this is what I'll tell you is this is a fairly powerful drone. I mean, it's moving right along through the sky there. We're at about 9 meters per second. And we're not going to go any further than that because I don't want to go out over the dam. But let's see if we can turn it around again. Holy cow, this thing is, it is really, there's just so much lag that it's just tough to control. So let's go the other way here. What I'm trying to do now is take you out towards the boat ramp over there. And you can see that wow, what the heck happened there? That was without me touching. I was not touching the left stick at all, and you saw it move around there. So I'm just telling you, this guy is it's something. I'll tell you, it's a fast drone though. Yeah, boy, if you could only control it. Man, oh man, there's a ton of lag in this thing. Okay, I think I got it pointed back towards us. Okay, let's see if we can get pointed again towards the boat ramp. Okay, I'm off the sticks now, completely off the stick. Let's go full stick forward then on the right stick. And battery wise, I'll tell you the other thing is it's got pretty good battery life. And so you can see the boat ramp down there. We're not going to get too carried away, but you can see there's a lot of folks. Although you guys are seeing it, but I'm telling you, I'm kind of frozen on FPV here. Let's see if we can turn it around again. I'm attempting to yaw to the drone's left, and we're kind of doing that. Yeah, it's just so jerky and blocky that, yeah, and then we lost signal here. So as we turn the drone around, I'm sure that has to do with, oh, we got a boat coming through here. Let's drop the gimbal down. Let me see if I can get the thing yawed around a little bit. We'll get a look at this guy. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, that yaw is so jerky, I don't know what I'm looking at. You guys will know it before me. I'm gonna try and follow him. Oh man, it's just so hard on this controller. And let's pick that gimbal back up if we can. Hey, look at that, I'm getting better. He's heading in for, he's heading to the dock, isn't he? Well, that was kind of a cool shot. So, you know, having had a look at the video on this drone already, I know that it can be, to me, it just looks a little bit soft. And so we're out there 200 meters, so it makes me wonder what we were adjusting there in the menu earlier when we were setting limits. Here's another guy coming in. Maybe we can follow him down this other path here. There again, you know, I just have such limited control over what I'm seeing on FPV. The FPV is just so blocky. But I'm telling you, this is a pretty quick drone. Wow, okay. We're going to stop right there, and I'm going to grab some altitude because unbeknownst to me, I was heading straight for the mountain there. Okay, discretion is the better part of valor. I am completely off the sticks. I'm going to hit return to home, and let's land this guy. I think we've kind of made our point. So I hit return to home on the controller. And it says returning at the top. Okay, so it is returning. Yeah, what I forgot about this guy is it doesn't change the direction of the drone. So I'm trying to adjust it here and point it back towards us. We'll see if yeah, the drone's almost home now. Yeah, okay, so we are gonna take it out of return to home and we're gonna land it manually. So let me see if I can drop the gimbal down so you can see where we're at here. Yeah, and there again, so there you see me standing there. Even trying to adjust that gimbal is so tough on this guy because there's so much lag in the controls. Okay, let's pick up that camera. And again, you know, trying to control that camera is just nuts. Okay, you can see me there. I'm going to turn the GoPro around and I'm going to keep this guy at a little bit of a distance because I'll be honest with you, I just don't trust the lag of the controls. There you can see the drone. Okay, so there it is. We'll bring it in a little bit closer. Okay, let's land this guy. And I'm holding the stick all the way down. There, it finally shuts off the motors. Okay, let me get everything shut down here and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the MJX Bugs 16. When I was out at Heroes Park, I saw a lot of Wi-Fi interference and lost connection to the drone often. Same thing here on this flight, and there is no Wi-Fi interference here. I've flown drones out here. In fact, I've flown other MJX drones out here. In fact, the MJX Bugs 20, I took it out almost 1,200 meters out over the reservoir here one time. This guy just does not have that kind of range, and it's too bad. It doesn't have that kind of connection. It's a powerful drone, but there's so much lag in the controls. And then combine that with the unreliability of the FPV feed, and it's just impossible to see what you're shooting and to try and get video with it. Now, the gimbal seems to work pretty good. This gimbal is, you know, seems to have a pretty stable horizon, and the video on the camera, I think in this price range, is probably acceptable. Honestly, it looks a little bit soft to me. The focus just seems to be a little bit soft, but I'm not overly critical of that. A drone in this price range, you're not going to expect it to be, you know, perfect video. But you do need to be able to control it, and the reason that you buy a camera drone is so that you can get some good vistas, and if you can't see where the camera's pointed, well, that doesn't work, does it? The other good side of this drone is, let me tell you, it's powerful. You saw me flying around just now out here at the reservoir, and you know, it worked out pretty good. So in any case, I guess that's about it. Hopefully MJX will continue to send me drones. Like I said, I'm disappointed in this one, but you know, I've had some really good stuff from them before. But in any case, this is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. MJX Bugs 16. And yeah, there's plenty of bugs on it right now.